don't think old people should be in charge of taking care of the climate.
Yeah, they already messed up the social climate. Why are they doing the real climate now? Like, what the fuck? Like, they don't care about the future. They've seen it. They don't like it. It intimidates them. It's just young people yelling at them.
Yeah, why are we leaving the world's biggest decisions to the people who are closest to dying?
That's why, dude, everyone over 50, we should just put in an old folks' home. Maybe not an old folks' home, just take away their voting rights. You know what I mean? Just take away their rights a little bit. Not all their rights, but like their voting ones, property ownership.
And licenses.
Probably
don't put them on juries.
Yeah, definitely not juries. They've already proven that they're not good at judging people that don't look exactly like them.
Yeah, old people will always be on the wrong side of history. They started on it. At this point, why would you deny climate change? Because it's bad for business?
You know what's worse for business? Everyone being dead.
Yeah. I think the most difficult thing we face with climate change is just making it less boring.
Yeah, how do we make the apocalypse boring?
What's with religious people? They're like, we're not going to believe the science of the world's going to end. We all believe the world's going to end, but we think it's just going to be because God smites us.
It's going to be because of magic, not science. And climate change isn't real. The rapture, however, watch out.
Yeah, if they don't do something soon, it's just going to be hell on earth. That will be the closest to anything
Which
biblical.
is actually what the rapture says.
Catholics got it right again.
God damn it. Catholics really batting 1,000.
Yeah, paddling 1,000.
Diddled 1,000.
Diddling
What?
1,000. I like that Scientologists are probably the closest to what we're going to have to do, which is leave in an alien spaceship and go to another planet. There's some scientists that are just like giving up on the planet already. They're like, we're going to go to Mars.
Hey, we'll just leave. How about we just leave?
This one's fucked.
It's like when crime goes up in your neighborhood. It's like, why don't we just move instead of doing something?
Right now, they're saying in the next 100 years, we can get to Mars.
Yeah, you're like, oh, good. Just in time.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
We're not sending all of us. It's going to be 2 rockets that make it in that 100 years.
Exactly. It's going to be 50 people who are all way smarter than any of us.
Yeah.
We're not going to be involved. If not way smarter, way richer.
These same billionaires are the ones who are like telling us to use less water and less electricity.
Like, man, you have a fountain that it's on at night. No one's even going to see that shit. How about instead of restricting my wattage, how about we just murder billionaires?
Yeah, there's only like a few hundred of them.
Yeah,
If we just took like all of the murder that happens in America, it would only take us like 2 weeks to kill all of our billionaires.
Just concentrate on that murder.
Is the reason we have to use paper straws, is that because of climate change? Or like, were we killing turtles and that's making the ozone worse?
I don't think that's climate change. That's just us throwing trash in the water.
Oh. Those aren't the same thing.
Gotta be a difference. Greta Thunberg, she's doing a lot, dude. I hope she saves it. But do we have anyone who isn't autistic who can take care of the environment? Like,
I don't think she's autistic. I think she's just Swedish.
People from Sweden can be autistic.
I'm not saying people from Sweden can't be autistic. I'm just saying I think the little accent that you're thinking is autistic is actually Swedish accent.
There's no autistic accent. Well, I guess, I don't know.
You think we'd like protesters better if they didn't always block traffic?
Like, hey, I was on your side before you fucking got me fired, you asshole.
How are you marching for the environment and then you're stopping cars, making it so they're just running their engines longer?
They're just idling. The fucking, what was it? The climate march just happened again, I think, right?
Oh, yeah. Again? Have we done a bunch of those?
We've done 2 now because the first one didn't take, I guess.
Marching
It was still hot the next week, so we did another one.
Yeah, the first one we did a parade with like floats and gas engines. And
no,
like,
that was Pride.
Oh, that's for some sort of climate, right?
The political climate, maybe the sexual climate.
We got the sexual climate change, and then everyone's paying attention.
As the planet gets hotter, it turns your kids gay. All of a sudden, we're gonna be recycling like the motherfuckers, dude.
This is how we get the Republicans in on us.
I think if the evidence came out that like the warming Earth made your kid gay, we'd have clean air next year. It'd be fucking easy.
Yeah, or we'd be shooting nukes at the sun.
You're not turning my kid gay, celestial body.
What if you could just invest in the environment somehow? Maybe then people...
That would be it, dude, if there was somehow money to be made.
For sure money to be made in keeping the planet alive.
There has to be, right? I mean, I don't know. Dude, watch. When we turn 50, this podcast is going to be the referendum they use to pass these laws. And I'm not going to be able to have my rights when I turn 50 because of this.
I like that you think we're going to make it to 50.
Yeah, right. That's optimistic.
We're drinking already.
Hey, it's almost 3.
I'm curbing a hangover right now. I'm drinking coffee and beer at the same time.
It's my health cough. Yeah, the only thing guns reform is my dick, because I get rock hard when we talk about guns. I went to a gun range once, and they had me shoot an AK-47, and the guy who gave me the gun was like, just pretend they're a bunch of Afghani villagers. I was like, whoa!
The villagers? Those are the innocent people.
Just say the Taliban or some like the bad guys. It's not Al-Qaeda. Not like fucking, hey, go shoot those Afghani kids.
It sounds like the type of gun range where they have targets that they only bring out after they're closed.
Yeah, right.
Is that on your wife?
Is that my dog? Is that a picture of my dog?
The Second Amendment says you have the right to be a well-oiled militia. You know who the best well-oiled militia is? The U.S. military.
A militia is just what you call white people when you don't want to say terrorist group. Like a gym club.
Like a clan of some sort.
Guns won't protect you from the U.S. military, dude. Ask any other military. You think you and your buddy Dale are equivalent to the Viet Cong? You think you guys
that's the last war we lost, right?
No, we pulled out. We didn't lose.
Yeah, I don't know. Pulling out before you come sounds like losing. I'm just going to go finish this up on myself. I'll just go take this out on the people in my own country.
I'm going to just shoot this in my belly button.
I think everyone who's fighting for the Second Amendment should have to list all of the other amendments.
Yeah, they only also know the First Amendment, which is I'm allowed to say the Second Amendment.
Have you ever read the first 12 amendments? They read like someone said some shit, shot a guy, and then became president.
And those are the amendments. Those are the first 12.
That's what we lived by for like 100 years.
Those are the only laws we had until like slavery ended.
We were very apprehensive about that one.
Yeah, we really didn't want slavery.
Right after it was like, you have to be here for 14 years and you turn 35 and you're president. It was like, and I guess the other people here can be free.
Yeah, the first word of the 13th Amendment should be fine.
There's a commercial I saw for a like concealed carry that's like, are you tired of bullies?
That's not why you should buy a gun.
Like, is this an ad for school shooters? You tired of being picked on? You don't have to be picked on anymore.
You sick of that jock telling you you're a pussy?
Never again.
I thought that was the motto for 9/11, not bullies.
If 9/11 wasn't a big, giant, world-scale bullying, then I don't know what it was. There was a mass shooting recently where a 17-month-old was shot in the face.
We need to address this problem as a nation. When can we just say a year and a half, you know? I love when people are like, video games cause violence. My favorite game in the last year was Red Dead Redemption, which is a game about how violent America was before video games.
We just went into bars and shot people.
We got into fistfights, and if we lost, we killed whoever beat us.
You could be wanted for murder and still live in the town.
Yeah, Wild West was great, because you could just be a doctor.
You just say you're a doctor.
I'm a doctor.
You could be whatever you wanted.
You're like, I'm a lawyer, because I didn't get hung last time I almost got hung.
Sure, in that other town you knew me as a murderer, but here...
This town I have credentials. People are worried that taking a test for your guns is going to take away some freedoms. Like, only to crazy people. That's what we want, right?
That's the whole point of it, is take away the guns from the mentally unstable.
Yeah. Like, you have to take a test to get glasses. They don't even just hand glasses out to anybody.
Yeah, we don't want to give you the wrong prescription. Maybe you need a knife.
Maybe if you have glasses, also, maybe you should own a gun. You don't know who you're aiming at.
When's it been important who you're aiming at? This is
Yeah, not anymore.
This is modern day shooting.
Yeah, it hasn't been important who we're aiming at since 2012.
Yeah, you're all mad at gangs for just like shooting people, but they were shooting specific people.
Well, kind of. They were trying.
I miss good old mob hits.
Yeah, just a single bullet in an Italian restaurant. You know? Face down in a pile of spaghetti, dude. No one dies in piles of spaghetti anymore.
Bring back spaghetti deaths.
Even if they were alive, they drown in the spaghetti sauce because they always die face down.
You get that cool sound.
That's the best part about mob killings. It's all the spaghetti-related deaths. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah,
I think that's it.
That's guns.
All right,
Did we solve it? Did we reform guns? Did we do
guns.
anything?
We came close.
Probably not.
We did better than you. Fuck you. I don't really know what's going on. I just know people are fighting cops, and I'm like, fuck yeah.
I think the protests are about like police brutality and not wanting China's laws to affect Hong Kong, which apparently is not a city in China.
It's kind of like how we don't want Canada's laws of free healthcare and free college to affect us.
And yeah, wait, those sound kind of good.
No. Those are that's communist bullshit, dog. You hate America if you like free healthcare.
Also, they don't want to be called rioters, which is a really weird thing to riot over.
Like, stop calling us rioters or I'll throw another Molotov at you. Would a rioter be carrying a brick?
If you're from China, you're Chinese. What are you if you're from Hong Kong?
Chinese.
No.
Maybe British.
Hong Kong's just like, it's like China's Chinatown.
Like, who'd have thought a place would actually miss being ruled by the British?
It's like having a decent stepdad, and then your real dad comes home, and you're like, man, I really miss that guy who looks nothing like me.
One of the demands from the Hong Kong protesters is that they don't want to abide by the laws of mainland China. And I think a good way to start that is to stop referring to it as mainland China. I don't call China mainland China. I call it China.
You know who calls it mainland China? Chinese people.
People who live in China, who abide by the laws of China. China has been closely monitoring all of its citizens and imprisoning and torturing random Muslims. They're basically George Bush in 2004.
You're like, is Dick Cheney living here?
Like, trust me, I worked in America.
And he just quacks as he waddles away. Just quack, 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 quack.
If China takes Hong Kong, actually their plan is to build a ski lodge where the youth center used to be, and there's going to be nowhere for all the cool kids to hang out.
China loves superhero movies, but I feel like they watch them to empathize with the villains. Maybe Hong Kong has one of the Infinity Stones.
Yeah, they watched Avengers and they're like, kill half our population? I wish. That would solve everything. That's what, we don't have to kill any girls anymore.
Yeah, they had the one baby rule forever that they just lifted to 2 babies.
Yeah, there's still those 3 baby families who are still dying.
They're still on the run.
The biggest news to take from this whole Hong Kong thing is that not only is Hong Kong not a city in China, it's also an island.
Hey, that's why they want it. Everyone needs an island. That's why we got Hawaii.
Yeah, it's baller as fuck. If you don't own an island, are you really a superpower? Some students, they took over a university in Hong Kong, which sounds like a great 90s college movie.
You're like, what is this, American Pie?
Yeah, just people dying.
Like, oh, this is a really sad American Pie.
And Van Wilder's running around with a Molotov, like, threatening cops.
You know things are bad when kids barricade themselves in a school.
Yeah, in America, we're like, don't you know that's the most dangerous place you can be?
They're hiding in the school not to get shot.
One of the tactics they're using in the protest is blacking out their faces with paint.
They're essentially doing blackface to protest.
Yeah, but for the revolution.
We're very opposite in that way, because that's one of the things I think we're protesting.
They're like, no more blackface. And Hong Kong's like, please, blackface is the only thing that can save our country.
Yeah, they just don't want to be identified.
Yeah, no, that's going to be a great tactic in our civil war that's coming anytime soon. I think Hong Kong's got it, dude. Historically, civil wars usually end up pretty good.
The great thing is even if we actually came up with solutions, they'll never see this in China.
Yeah, this is going to be censored.
It doesn't matter.
This is going to be censored in China. There's no way they see this. Well, Edward Snowden, if you're out there, see if you can do something maybe, because we can't.
Fix the firewall.
All right, well, see you next time. Thanks, guys.
Maybe seasonal depression isn't really a thing, and it's just people realizing how much it's going to suck to go home for the holidays.
Yeah, why do I have to wear a collared shirt to hear my uncle say the N-word?
Yeah, that seems more appropriate without a shirt on.
Yeah, let's pop these shirts off, dude. Racism looks way worse when it's dignified. Yeah. Let's get some sleeve tattoos and take our pants off.
You ever wish your dad left your family just so you'd have something to talk about?
Instead of having political discussion, be like, hey, we got through it without your dad.
Because of social media and everyone staying so connected, no one even comes home with news anymore. It's all just opinions now.
Everyone already knows what's going on with each other. Everyone has fully formed thoughts about it now. That's never a good thing.
Oh, good. I always wanted my Facebook comments to come to life.
Who cares if you had a baby? Is it gay yet?
There's a lot of people who are still saying there's a war on Christmas.
The only war on Christmas was the war on drugs ruining families before Christmas. Oh, yeah, Dad's not going to be home. You know why? There's a war on something. Yeah. It's not Christmas.
You know, it's also Hanukkah, you fucking bigots.
We got 8 days of that, dude.
I feel like Christmas, as soon as it found out that Hanukkah was 8 days, it's like the 25 days of Christmas. Like, what?
Like, how do we top the Jews? Hey, you guys got 8 days? Well, here's the Advent calendar, bitch.
Jewish is somehow like the most mysterious of the major religions.
Yeah, right. Well, like Christians have like the Pope and stuff. You know what I mean? We have like the Pope and plague site and all that. Jews only have that big lizard that lives underneath Jerusalem and whispers secrets in their ears.
Christians to me are just like potheads. They just want everyone to do it so they feel less paranoid about their stupid thoughts.
Christians are so full of their bullshit that they name their kids Christian. Like, can you imagine a Jewish kid named Jew?
The closest I've ever heard is Jude, and that's a Christian name. It's like the past tense.
Some kid will eventually be named Keikel.
Good old Christian spelling. A-E-L.
Like a knight.
You are knighted Keikel of the Fourth Reich.
How confusing. This is very confusing.
It'd be like naming your kid a Christian slur, which I don't know if there are any.
Well, kid fucker.
Oh yeah, that's Catholics more so.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone else is like sheep fucker.
It's just anyone who's a different country than yours.
Yeah, that's why we use sheep fucker. Except for the Spanish, they actually had to pass a law to stop sheep husbandry. That was a real thing. So the Spanish are sheep fuckers.
It's documented.
Yeah, the Spanish fuck sheep like historically.
By law.
By law, the Spanish 100% fuck sheep. And they probably still do. I don't know. I haven't been to Spain, but I mean, they only made sheep husbandry a law, right? They didn't say anything about sheep side bitches.
You can fuck them, just no marrying them. Don't let us know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's don't ask, don't tell for farmers.
Well, from all of us here at Two Dumb Babies, we wish you and yours a very
Merry Christmas and a Happy Hanukkah, and those are the only 2 real holidays, so okay. Man, I hate reboots.
They're rebooting the wars in the Middle East like the Spider-Man movies, dude. There's one every 4 years.
Yeah, bring back Batman.
They do the same thing.
Yeah, but I like Batman. What can we say that hasn't already been said in 2003? I already thought we were at war with Iran.
No, that was every other country in the Middle East. It's like, can we just pick one?
Invading another country and saying that they want war is like calling animal control on the forest.
Somebody help, there's wolves here. No, you're the bad guy.
You don't go into someone else's house and be like, they're trying to rob me.
Well, it's like U.S. base. We can put bases in every country in the fucking world, but I've never seen another country's base in America.
Oh, yeah,
never been a thing.
We would blow it up.
It's like moving into somebody's backyard. Be like, hey, if you kick me out of your backyard, I'll kick your ass. You can't have squatters' rights in a country.
No. I'm here. I've been here for like 30 years now.
I've been here for like 70 years. You're going to kick me out now?
It's strange that so many people who don't believe in dinosaurs always want to go to war for their bone marrow.
Well, it's also the people who want to go to war are also like 40 and are not going to get drafted.
Everyone who was making fun of people for being old are now mad they're not old.
Doesn't sound so bad being 30 now, does it, David?
I can get drafted?
I wish I was at my midlife crisis. At least I'd be safe.
And we can't go to Canada anymore because they hate us.
Like, I guess I'm Mexican.
Deport me.
Please.
That's going to be your best option if you get drafted. Just
like, no, I'm illegal. I'm illegal.
I lost my passport. I don't have a social security number. I'm illegal.
Put me in those cages with those kids, please.
What are you kids doing here? Are you also avoiding the draft?
Yeah, some bullshit, that war, huh? Let me see that tinfoil blanket. I'm cold. Couple of pacifists, huh? Look at us. Like, what did you guys claim? Like, religious objectification?
Like, no, we claimed Spanish, I guess.
Yeah. Ooh, that's good. Say you don't speak the language. I like that. ¿Cómo está? No waro.
They're saying it was illegal to shoot down the U.S. drone that was airstriking them just because it was far enough away to take the shot.
It's like the adult version of like, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm too far away to be touching you.
We're about to go from I'm not touching you to stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself. It's just fucking playground rules.
Yeah, and now school actually teaches you how to use a gun. So we're getting battle-hardened motherfuckers.
We want people who already have gone through PTSD in there.
Yeah, I need some kids with combat experience. Do we have any 15-year-olds with combat experience? Oh, a lot? Oh, wow. Great.
Where'd you get your combat experience? PS 101.
So where'd you serve? East Mountain High School.
Stone Ridge Elementary School.
I did 2 tours, one at Stone Ridge and one at East Mountain High. and now I'm 17. War's hell.
That's your friends in Iran. I lost my buddy in history class learning about where Iran is. The president was busy golfing while he was starting a war.
Yeah, we had the Gulf War. Now we have the Gulf War. Like, his advisors were like, don't blow that General Meade or you're impeached. And he's like, I thought you said blow up that general in the Middle East.
It's really windy here on the golf course.
Like Mar-a-Lago in the winter, you know.
It's all just a miscommunication, you know?
Yeah, my bad. It'll be okay. How big a general could he be? Oh, he's second in command of Iran? Oh, God. I don't even know what this war is about. Like, usually I'm pretty sure I kind of have a grip on what the war's about. Like, this is just some asshole trying to stay in office because he's insane? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, next he's going to try and get a blowjob from a White House intern because he's like, I don't know what impeachment means. That's what the last guy did, right?
Like, what happened to just assassinating people in office? Has nobody read Catcher in the Rye recently? It's a great book.
Somebody needs to binge watch all of Jodie Foster's movies and then find a way to impress her.
Like, where's the CIA when you need them? Somebody find Lyndon B. Johnson's grandson. He'll know what to do.
Maybe we shouldn't have gone for the head of the entire Iranian military.
They say you cut off the head of the snake and the body dies, but governments aren't snakes, you idiots.
We already tried that with Saddam and Osama and Gaddafi, and how many heads does a snake have? Is this fucking Medusa?
We got a Hydra living underneath in the Middle East.
It's Middle Earth, actually. It's
not the Middle East. Yeah, the Iranian military, but we haven't even talked about the orc army coming in from the south.
I thought the 20s were supposed to end poorly, not start poorly.
Yeah, like we couldn't even make it 2 days without ruining the entire decade.
This is just the White House's New Year's resolution.
Instead of like, I want to lose 50 pounds, I want to lose 50,000 citizens to a stupid war. Trump said the airstrike that killed Iran's general was intended to stop a war.
Yeah, you know what they say. The only way that you can stop a bad guy with a war is a good guy with a war.
Like, that's not how that works. That's not how anything works. What happened to de-escalation?
Yeah, can't you use the brakes? Isn't that how you usually stop something?
Crashing into a tree is also stopping. We just sent 4,000 troops to Iran as a precautionary measure.
You know, like I do when I'm not sure if I locked my car, so I send 4,000 of my friends to check.
Hello, police? The alarm's going off in my house, and I'm at work. Can you please send 4,000 officers to check my house?
It's just a precaution.
Yes, of course. Standard precautionary stuff.
Yeah, we wouldn't send anything less. We're trying to prevent a war.
I'll send 5,000, just to be sure.
Just because I don't know the names of any of these people or care about them.
All right, well, that's it. Be afraid. We're going to war.
Be afraid. Be very afraid of the boogeyman.
Call your cousin who's going over there and wish him luck. Have a drink.
Just think of it this way. All those New Year's resolutions you weren't going to do anyways, it don't matter anymore.
We'll see y'all when the rubble clears. Thanks. We're here with Sam Tripoli talking about everyone's favorite bank branch manager, Jeffrey Epstein.
Is it Steen or Stein?
I don't think it matters anymore.
This is like the Mandela effect. You guys know what that is?
Yeah, how it all, the reality changes every time you diddle a kid, right?
No, something like that. Television, I want to pitch a show to you. It's basically where Papa John interviews Prince Andrew, and they just try to debate who's worse at doing interviews.
I hate to inform you of this, but I don't think TV's watching us yet.
I mean, they're all pedophiles. You're two talking babies.
We can fucking get it
If
happening.
you can talk dirty to the pedos, you might get this thing fast-tracked.
Why were we so surprised to see that rich people fuck kids? I feel like that's the next thing you do after learning how to skip out on taxes. It's just like, you're like, what next?
You're ready for your next belt. Fucking
Yeah,
kids.
exactly.
You move all your money to an island, and then you move all the kids you want to fuck to an island. And that's what it's like being a billionaire.
What's the point of owning an island if you're not going to do some shady shit on it?
Yeah, Paradise Paper, some kid fucking. That's how it goes.
You don't even need an island with these new tech billionaires. You know what I mean? Jeff Bezos will just ship a kid to you.
Why'd Jeffrey call his island Pedo Island? That seems like a bad
I
name.
don't know if he called it Pedo Island. I have a feeling that was another nickname.
Oh, someone else probably.
It's like when your friends call you bitch tit. You're like that's not my nickname.
Yeah, you don't get that tattooed on your chest.
So the whole thing that's really funny about Epstein is like it got all the way to Buckingham Palace, which is like a huge thing, dude.
Yeah, seriously.
And the worst thing that happened to him is he had to move out of his mom's house. That's basically
She canceled his birthday party.
No more fucking kids.
She's like 70, and she's like, you don't get to have your birthday
No
party.
birthday party for you. I want my cake.
It wasn't because he fucked kids. It was because he went on television and told people he fucked kids.
Exactly. It was nothing to
And
do
his
with that.
ex-wife told him to do it. And he's like, I don't know if I should be listening to you, but fuck it.
Like, I already killed Diana. I could probably take care of Epstein, too.
She killed them all, dude. How crazy is
Like, so people killed him, right? We know that. We don't know.
Do
but-
we? We have one picture of him with a giant bobblehead where he looked like he was like some team's mascot, like he's the fucking like St. Valley Epstein's, right?
He was
Like
some team's mascot, yeah.
the truth is, everyone's like, "Oh, the Clintons got him, dude." If that narrative is out, it's not real. Okay.
And also, why kill the person who owns your favorite island?
Would you want to kill your buddy who always threw a great kegger,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Did anyone go to the island to see if there's kids there still and like rescue them?
There's like a Lord of the Flies thing going on.
Yeah. This one guy still thinks Jeffrey Epstein's alive, like that Japanese guy who, like, 40 years later thought the World War II was still going on, and he's fighting white people with sporks and shit.
It was like he was dead, and then the news is like, we did it. We stopped pedophilia. we got the leader. Like, what?
I think, dude, if somebody killed him, it was Queen Elizabeth. If he's actually dead.
I don't think Queen Elizabeth killed him. I think Jimmy Buffett killed him.
Yeah, it's possible. It's
Jimmy
possible.
Buffett had the most to lose.
Yeah,
he
his,
really
name,
did.
his name was in that little book, dude. Jimmy Buffett was fucking big.
Dude,
Margaritaville
there's
is a
lot
city
of
on
people
Louis
in that
Island.
book. Chelsea Handler was in that book.
Really?
Chelsea Clinton was in that book. A
lot of
Chelseas.
Chelseas.
One person I didn't see in there was Tupac, which made me think maybe he is actually dead.
A Nazi, a pedophile, a Scientologist, and a Satanist walk into a bar. What do?
Fuck little kids.
Invent NASA. That's who invented NASA.
Hell yeah. I love good NASA slander, man. That's fucking my favorite.
You know, again, it's the mega group, the Brothmans, which had made their money off of fucking alcohol out of Canada. And they're part of this mega group, which is a giant, giant dark arts group. And they basically use pedophilia. And you're like, why is all this pedophilia and child sacrifice part of this dark arts? Well, the black cube of Saturn is the oldest of all gods, is Kronos. And Kronos is the god of time. The fable is that Kronos was told that his children will come and slay him, and that's how he will die.
So he fucked kids and hoped that they
No. So what he would do is every time his wife would give birth, and what would happen was that Kronos would eat the children whole. So they lived inside him, and that's where child sacrifice comes from.
Dude, so fucking Epstein's probably living inside Kronos' belly right now.
Probably,
I
dude.
think Kronos is the top of the pyramid.
No, Pindar, he's most likely a 8-foot albino that lives in the middle of the universe. I mean, the middle of the world.
Is he the start of the tall whites?
I mean, dude, there's a lot of evidence for giants, dude. And there's a lot of evidence for fucking Anunnakis and fucking lizard people and all that. Let me just tell you something as we end this. The world is way more interesting than they'll ever let you know. They teach you what is up is really down. And then when you start studying this shit, it's so much more interesting. Fucking multiple dimensions, simulation, aliens, lizard people, center of the earth could be hollow, and that's where all the fucking dark art shit, like something's going on in Antarctica that people don't know about. There could be flat earth, and then past the fucking ice wall is extraterrestrials, which is extra territory. I don't know the answer, but I think we live in something that's kind of like Westworld meets the Matrix. It is a holodeck type fucking thing that maybe we could walk out of like they do on Westworld. I don't know, but it's way more interesting. You can control your destiny. I mean, obviously within all video games, there is a rule, and Donkey Kong Super Mario can't turn into a dragon and go fuck up Donkey Kong. He has to play within those rules. So if you play within these rules, you can make almost anything happen.
Yeah, I gotta get the fuck out of
Thank
here.
you, Sam.
Thanks a lot,
This was so
Sam.
much fun.
Hey, I had a great time. Thanks for coming over.
Why does Brexit sound like a frozen waffle?
It sounds delicious. I've stopped eating Eggos. Switched to Brexit months ago.
You ever had Brexit a la mode?
Brexit sounds like the fucking English version of the Fat Man dinner.
I think they're called Hungry Mans, aren't they?
Yeah, whatever.
I don't really know what happened.
From what I've read about it, which is not a lot.
The UK is leaving the Euro League.
Is this soccer?
No. Like I was thinking, like a Justice League kind of thing. The UK is leaving the Legion of Europe.
And Theresa May was like, she resigned over it. I know that. because she like felt bad or something like that, or I don't know shit about it really. But I mean, who cares? It's in England.
Yeah,
It's
none
so
of
far
us
away.
know anything
It's so
about
far
it.
away. Who gives a
It's the
shit?
first time we like pretended to care about England in centuries.
Yeah, right. Dude, does England's economy even affect us? I don't think it really even does. Like, if England were to go under tomorrow, I bet America would be like, well, sorry.
Yeah,
That's
I
just
mean,
too
their
bad.
exports to me are like peas and the accent.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss Worcestershire sauce. But that's about it. Dude.
Everything they eat is disgusting. They shouldn't be part of the EU because European food is delicious except for English food.
Yeah, they're part of the E EU.
England hasn't really done anything except for create America. That was the last good thing you guys did. so-
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Fuck England. I'm glad they're leaving. England sucks. Plus, England can't be an autonomous thing because it doesn't have any resources. It's all rocks and Irish people.
Like, America works because we came
Because
through.
we're the best.
Because we came through, we have a bunch of land, and we killed everything in every ecosystem. So now we have all. The English couldn't even kill the French, dude.
Yeah.
They're fucking useless.
So they're trying to leave the EU, but they're part of the same continent. They
Yeah.
can't leave.
They're part of Europe. You can't be like, hey, we're not Europe anymore. Like, yeah, you are.
They're not going to be an island.
They're not going to be like Australia,
Yeah.
which also is something that England lost.
That's like someone being like, I'm leaving this neighborhood, but then staying in their house
Yeah, they
on a
just never
cul-de-sac.
Like, hey, they gotta drive past you to work every day.
Like,
You're
fuck you, neighborhood. I'm not part of your shit anymore. And you get home, you're like, hey, Dave, can I borrow your lawnmower? Like,
Yeah, and he's like, "Fuck you, buddy. You can borrow. You got to pay some weird new taxes."
like, oh man, this is really only affecting me. It seems like I should have never left the neighborhood for no reason.
Everything good isn't even English, too. Like Conor McGregor, Irish. Gordon Ramsay, Scottish. Willie, the groundskeeper, Scottish.
Most of the Beatles dead.
Most of the Beatles dead anyway. Exactly.
Everything good from there just moves over here once they're famous enough.
Yeah, exactly. Keith Richards is from LA now.
I watched that Elton John movie. Probably like 10 minutes took place in England. The whole movie took place in LA. It was
No,
all
He
American.
wanted to do drugs and be gay. America was the better place for him.
Where it wasn't illegal to.
U2, Irish also. I don't know if we want to use them.
I don't know if we're including them in the. U2's like British Nickelback to me. Good luck, guys. You're gonna get it.
You guys might get it. I don't know. This is the Great British Leave Off.
This is.
This
Let's
is
see who can
Let's
leave.
see who can
first.
leave in this field. All right. Well, I think that's
Yeah,
the
I'm
rest.
about to Brexit this place before I Brexit my pants. Just,
Yeah, exactly. Before I call my Brex girlfriend.
We want to go to Mars. That's the plan, is to go to Mars. We're going to go terraform Mars.
Where you go to another planet and make it terrible, right?
Yeah, they're like, oh, all right, this place sucks now. Fully terraformed. This place is terrible. Look at all the shit we destroyed. There's even less water here than there was before.
Which was so little.
Terraformed. If you're going to Mars, what would you take to Mars?
I would take a separate rocket that would launch me back to Earth. If I'm gonna die on a planet, I'd rather die on the one I know.
I'd take the train to anywhere but wherever this launch site is.
I would take a noose. Can you hang
I'd take
yourself
a
in
gun
space?
and a single bullet.
I'd take backup bullets. I don't know how shooting in space works.
Yeah, that gravity might fuck you up, dude. Wait, you mean I have to land on Mars before I can shoot myself? God damn it.
Elon Musk is both trying to fix Earth travel and space
I
travel.
don't know, he's digging tunnels at the same time going to space. You notice that he isn't getting ready to go to space. He's getting ready to go underground.
Yeah, because he is a supervillain.
Hey, why does SpaceX get to launch a rocket over LA, but I get a ticket for parking outside my girlfriend's house? Richard Branson is starting a space travel company.
Didn't you fail at having an airline?
You failed at having a cell phone company.
Because I'm sending people to space now.
Like, how about you perfect your satellites first before you send people into space? Virgin Galactic.
That's not a good name.
How about call it like we've totally done this before, Galactic?
Yeah, been there. I'm super good at it. Galactic.
Definitely not the first time going into space, Galactic. Slut Galactic. There's $250,000 a person to go up with Virgin Galactic into space. It's $250,000 to burn up in a different atmosphere.
Yeah, if you want to go to space that bad, learn to be an astronaut or something. Like,
It's going to be mostly tourists in space.
people still die on tram tours.
Duck boats account for like 40 deaths a year.
We haven't figured out how to float as an animal that floats.
It's shaped like a duck.
Yeah, where's NASA been this whole time?
Besides being defunded and making water beds,
NASA's busy carpet bombing Afghani children for the military, probably.
How do you think the original moon landing went down? You think Buzz Aldrin was cool with being second? Neil Armstrong, first man on the moon. How's that sound, Buzz?
shouldn't it be first men on the moon?
Well, there's only room for one of us to go through that door at a time, so technically, I'll be first. I'll be the first man on the moon.
But I'll be like right behind you, so we'll both be first.
Oh, totally. People will say we're the first man on the moon, but it'll be Neil Armstrong, first man on the moon, Buzz Aldrin, second man on the moon.
See, there you go with that second again. I just feel like we traveled all this way together.
One small step for man.
Are you writing something to say?
No. Just jotting down a thought. One giant leap for mankind.
That was something I said earlier.
Yeah, but that's going to sound really stupid coming from the second man on the moon.
Fuck you, Neil. How about I tell Houston how you cried the whole ride up here?
Oh, that's how it's going to be?
Yeah, that's how it's gonna be.
Okay, Buzz, you can be the first at something. You can be the first guy to get his ass kicked on the moon.
You're gonna fight me on the moon?
Yeah, I'm going to fight you on the moon, Buzz. Gloves off.
You can't take your gloves off.
Hey, guys, what about me?
Shut up, Michael.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, Michael Collins.
Shut up, Michael. No one cares.
I forgot you were even here. I totally
How
forgot.
about we leave you on the moon?
You be the skeleton that they find on Apollo 12.
You could be the third and final person on the moon.
We'll leave you out there. Fly home without you.
No one will remember you.
You will never be remembered. Not like Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. Space is just cool. It doesn't really help anything. Like, we've had the best minds in our planet working on space, like asking questions like, what color's that over there?
Or, is that hot?
Is this water? Is there rings around this? Like, who cares? Like, hey, my family's starving. He's like, yeah. But there's like 3 rings around this thing.
Why do we need to keep this going?
Let's call it a species, dog. Why do we need to leave the planet?
We did it. One species.
Remember the Renaissance? That was fun.
Genghis Khan? Huh?
Yeah, that was a cool little story arc.
The Inquisition. Okay, most of these are reasons we shouldn't do this again.
Yeah, on to the next thing, dude. Let's see how the fish people handle everything, all right? All right, well, I hope you drown in the endless vacuum of space. Thanks for listening.
There's no cooler way to go.
Why does everything from China have to threaten my way of life?
Coronavirus sounds like the first sponsored virus.
Yeah, like the Tostitos Coronavirus Bowl, sponsored by MGM.
I'm surprised Disney never bought the rights to HIV.
Like coming to theaters this year, Crazy Diseased Asians. Not the movie, just a bunch in the theater. You're saying exotic animal traders are the people responsible for the outbreak. An exotic animal trader sounds like a job from the 1500s.
Yeah, it's like Marco Polo. It's like, yeah, I sell spices, maps, and exotic animals.
Most Chinese people hate the exotic meat market.
When I heard exotic meat market, I was expecting like lions and bears and like bald eagles. It's just like beavers and snakes.
I was like, holy shit, China has rednecks too. You also hate people who eat squirrels. When the SARS outbreak happened, it had already spread across the whole world before China admitted it had originated there.
Yeah, and we got real mad at them. And then this time, they were very transparent about it and sought international help.
And we rewarded them by calling it the Wuhan coronavirus. It's like calling it Chinese disease.
You couldn't have come up with an acronym for them like we did with SARS? People don't immediately know where SARS came from, but I know where Wuhan coronavirus comes from.
I didn't even know what Wuhan was before this, and now I will never forget.
It's like, we only call the flu influenza when we're trying to scare everyone.
Yeah, and we only call it Wuhan coronavirus when we want everyone to hate the Chinese. It's not a death sentence disease. It's pretty much like pneumonia.
Pneumonia kills like 50,000 people a year in the U.S. Wait, why aren't we scared of pneumonia? Why are we like, oh no, this is going to get us. There's like 6 people with it.
Well, this is Chinese pneumonia. It's way scarier. This pneumonia hates America. They just brought back all of the Americans who were in Wuhan and like all the surrounding area.
Why the hell would they do that? It's like they were at the epicenter of the outbreak.
Hey, those people are Chinese now.
All the Americans they brought back from Wuhan are quarantined in California.
One of our largest and most populous states.
Why don't you bring them somewhere that nobody lives, like Oklahoma?
Or better yet, Guam. Why do we even have Guam? Diseases have been around forever. It's when you pair them with climate disasters, nuclear war, and general disdain for each other does it get really bad.
Where have I heard this story before? Oh God, the Bible.
Yeah, that's not good. Every time I tell myself this isn't the end times, another one of the plagues shows up and proves me wrong.
Like, is it raining blood outside?
At least it's raining. We're in a drought. They ran out of surgical masks in China. It's not like they were working to begin with.
No, they don't wear them to stop the disease. They wear them to stop themselves from eating weird animals. China actually ran out of the medical kits that they need to test people for the virus.
The only thing China can't mass produce is medical supplies for its sick people.
Like, maybe stop making our president's hats for a few days and focus your child labor on some needles and medical kits.
You got all that sweet child labor, you're using it wrong.
U.S. health officials recommended avoiding China. Also, every other U.S. official recommends avoiding China.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard a recommendation to go to China from the U.S. one time in my life.
There are already some conspiracies about the virus that it isn't actually from Wuhan. They cite that some people who caught the disease haven't even been to China.
Yeah, that's how the spread of disease works.
The U.S. is number one in terms of preparedness for an outbreak like this.
It's rare you see America number one on a list for anything besides gun deaths, and boy, am I glad it's this one. This is why we like zombie movies, because we can actually fight the disease, like, with our hands.
Yeah, that's all zombies are. They're just a disease we can physically kill.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone thinks they have a fucking fighting chance of a zombie outbreak, but nobody thinks they're going to be okay against the flu.
I'm real good with a machete, but bed rest and soup is so difficult.
Yeah, I hate the taste of Motrin. Swordsmanship, though. I'm incredible. Like, all the articles about the virus are headlined, "Panic. Here's why you shouldn't panic."
Yeah, written in insanely different fonts.
Like, I know what you're doing. Journalists are looking more like Alex Jones every day.
Yeah, maybe world news doesn't all have to be clickbait.
We just have one good article.
Isn't there an expert on anything anymore? What happened to experts?
All right, well, stay healthy. Wear your masks.
Don't
be from Wuhan. If you're from Wuhan, don't be.
That's our medical advice.
CDC released an announcement. If you're from Wuhan, stop being from Wuhan. Your best chance of not catching the disease is not being from Wuhan.
Everyone else, don't worry.
Well, I hope the internet's still on so you guys can watch this. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Some of you. Why is everyone pretending that smoking's new now? It's like, didn't we already do this in the 50s?
Yeah, people are dying. They're like, what's this new disease? Oh, lung cancer. Never mind. We've done this before. Philip Morris was told they can't market cigarettes to children anymore, so they just went digital. Like, how are they still allowed to be a company?
Yeah, they knowingly made billions of dollars off just murdering people slowly.
That's where all the money is, dude.
Maybe if the drug cartels just had a corporate structure, they'd also have a skyscraper in New York.
And LLC could have changed everything, man.
It's all still owned by Big Tobacco. They bought up all the companies but waited until the FDA declared it was an epidemic.
They're like, oh, an epidemic? Like, remember how good the last one was for us?
They took care of generations of our family.
The big thing that got vaping popular was like smoke tricks and blowing O's and stuff.
Isn't that just adult bubbles?
It's the same part of your brain that's excited when you see a bubble wand at the park. Holy crap, that bubble's like 6 feet long.
Whoa, is that a smaller bubble in a bigger bubble?
There are a lot of tricks that'll make your parents disappointed, but I feel like vaping is somewhere at the top.
Yeah, it goes vape tricks, magic tricks, turning tricks. In that order.
We can't tell you exactly what it's going to do to you, but historically, I think we can guess what's going to happen in 20 years. Like, even uncool kids are smoking now. That totally ruined the purpose of smoking.
Yeah, that was how we knew who the cool kids were.
What are we even smoking for, if not to find out who to ignore and who to hang out with? He doesn't know where to get beer. He knows where to get vape juice.
Just smoke weed and drink alcohol. It's way cooler.
We shouldn't be pushing kids off cigarettes. We should be pushing them towards drugs.
Yeah, make kids cool again. That's going to be my slogan.
When they were first coming out, everyone was like, no, it's okay. It's just water vapor.
Yeah, you know what's not good for your lungs? Water.
Yeah, that's what pneumonia is.
No, it's okay. I'm just drowning slowly.
See, cigarettes dry out your lungs. These flood your lungs with liquid. They did research. They found out they put lead in jewels. Like lead.
Oh, good. It used to be only stupid people smoked.
Yeah, now smoking makes you stupid. Real chicken or the egg situation. Which came first? Was I already an idiot? Or am I only an idiot now?
Vapes are definitely better than cigarettes.
As long as they don't have rat poison in them, they're still better than cigarettes.
That's one of the ingredients I'll never understand why they even put in cigarettes in the first place. Maybe it was just like a remedy from the 30s.
Yeah, it's like, now the only way to stop TB, arsenic. Poison your rats and it poisons the TB in your
lungs. Oh, this works like a charm. I'm coughing up all the TB.
We're worried over vapes for nothing, too. Vapes have killed about as many people as duck boats.
We have a theory here at Two Dumb Babies called the duck boat theory, and that's where if your thing has killed less people than duck boats, it's stupid to be worried about it.
If we want to stop people from smoking, why don't we just get rid of all of it?
Let a bunch of people have a rough 2 weeks and move on with their lives. I smoked for 4 years and I quit first try. It's not that hard.
Yeah, stop being a baby.
Yeah, quit being a bitch. Stop smoking cigarettes, you pussy.
People are so worried about vapes, but we stopped trying to get rid of cigarettes. Cigarettes still account for 500,000 deaths a year.
It's like if someone gets killed with a gun and we're like, we need to get rid of slingshots. You'll take someone's eye out. Like, actually, people are dying en masse. Like, yeah, but there's a lot of money in those things.
7 kids lost eyes last year.
Like, well, 400,000 adults died. Like, yeah, well.
It was their choice.
It's about the youth until they turn 21.
And then it's up to them.
And then fuck them. I hope they die.
Well, smoke them if you got them.
And vape them if you got them.
You know, do whatever makes you happy. Who cares, right? Something's gonna kill you.
Hey, if you guys go to the store, pick me up a pack of Juuls. They're only $35.
Well, I guess that's the end of this one.
Thanks for listening. See you next time.
Bye. Pharmacists are basically just drug dealers with a degree.
If your buddy that sold drugs in high school just had a lab coat, he'd be in college right now.
You know why doctors sell us these pills? The same reason anyone does it. Because there's money in it.
Blue Cross, Blue Shield, Blue Pills, baby. Let's party. We've made some incredible strides in medicine, from prescribing cocaine and heroin in the 1800s to prescribing Xanax and Oxycontin today.
We got better tools and procedures now, but same old heroin.
Yeah, this stuff's just great. When you're right, you know?
Yeah, don't fuck with grandma's recipe.
It's adding heroin to anything. Man, this sandwich tastes like shit. Like, yeah, but have you smoked heroin first? Never mind. It's pretty good.
At least surgery's gotten better over the years. Like, doctors used to use saws. You know, like a lumberjack.
Bone saws used to be a medical tool used on living people. Oh, the doctor's here. Thank God he could saw off my leg.
And to help the pain, a stick to bite on.
Wait, this is a bone. Whose bone is this? Oh God, it's someone else's leg.
Yeah, we found that bone's much stronger than sticks. People kept biting through the sticks.
Why did it take so long to invent smaller tools?
Small tools are for ladies. We're doctors.
You get like a scalpel? It's like, what do you mean, like for food?
I don't want a doctor who's overcharging me, but at the same time, I also don't want a doctor who drives a worse car than me.
Is that a 2005 Sentra? God damn it. I'm totally going to die.
I'm going to actually have to see that degree you're supposed to have hanging on the wall.
I don't want medical advice from a doctor with roommates. Like, hey, shut up. They're my nurses. Tyler Scalpel.
Don't doctors have to take an oath to, like, do no harm?
Yeah, cops do too. I don't think it matters at all.
Everyone in a court of law also has to take an oath to, like, tell the truth. But that's not a good way to stay out of jail.
When are we finally going to realize that oaths don't work and are stupid?
Yeah, oaths don't have any consequences for breaking them. If they did, they'd be a law.
Oaths are like the prayers of the law. You know, you can say them all you want, but they don't actually mean anything.
No one ever wants to grow up to work in insurance. Just one day after college, you're like, sure, my morals are flexible.
Yeah, I don't really have ethics. Ethics just hold me back. You know, like friends who stop me from driving after I drank too much.
Yeah, it's time to go where all the money is. Sick people who need you. You know, people who don't have a choice. That's our business model.
You know, like a hostage. Our business model is based on a hostage situation in a bank. Except for no one is coming for you, and we own the bank.
Yeah, you're more of the monetary value in the bank.
Just call insurance what it is, a breathing tax. At least the mafia would protect you, actually.
The mafia has better insurance than any insurance. You're like, can you go into that hospital and just threaten them?
And they're like, yes, you're covered for threats.
We may also be the ones who break your legs, but
at least you don't have a copay.
Yeah.
Doctors are the only people you have to pay just to attempt their job.
Yeah, I've never asked for like a burrito and had the cook be like, there's a 50-50 chance I'm going to make this for you, and either way you got to pay me.
Yes, it's a very complicated burrito. There's also the chance that I make you the burrito and it kills you.
Hey, I didn't order sour cream. I wanted guacamole.
Well, you're only covered for sour cream, so if you want guac, it's $9,000.
This place is terrible.
Well, we're the only restaurant in the entire country, so we'll see you next time you need us. And you will need us.
The other option is holistic medicine, though, which is definitely not the answer.
Yeah, I want to go back to the medicine we had when people lived to the ripe old age of 35.
Yeah, when they were like, you know what's really good for diabetes? Crabgrass.
No, it isn't.
People got into holistic medicine because real medicine is so expensive.
Nobody's first choice for medicine is apple cider vinegar and going outside.
Yeah, it's more of a last resort.
Yeah, everybody wants a doctor. Yoga teachers aren't doctors.
Those crystals you were prescribed really go well with penicillin.
Yeah, it's just cheaper to hold rocks than go to a doctor. We were going to talk about dentists, but they're not really healthcare, right?
Yeah, they're more the beauty industry.
I hold dentists in the same regard as like a makeup artist. You know, it's like it's hard, but it's not medicine.
Yeah, no rapper's going to their doctor before a music video and like, hey, could you make like my ribs like gold?
Yeah. Can you put grills on my liver? There's a new designer ambulance that started up called Ambones. It's like Uber for ambulances. They're calling themselves the on-demand ambulance.
So, like an ambulance.
Yeah, exactly.
Ambulances are only on immediate demand.
If you schedule an ambulance, all they'll do is send the police. They're like, I think this guy's going to murder somebody.
Like, yeah, I'd like to schedule an ambulance for later today. I'm going to stab my neighbor.
Well,
Stay healthy.
you stay healthy, go outside. Make sure to rub your crystals a lot because doctors are expensive.
If you're going to die, don't do it in a hospital. See you guys next time.
Guys, we're here with Chappelle Lacey, cancel culture enthusiast.
I should have the little thing under my picture like they do on CNN and shit. And just because I said CNN does not mean I fucking watch CNN. I don't want you fucking coming after me.
It is going to be great that the cancel culture episode is going to be what gets us canceled.
The first thing that came to my mind was my biological father. He did 17 years in prison. The way he is now is he's a fucking completely different guy.
Has he done any Asian voices recently, though?
Like, prison is the original cancel culture, too. He's already been canceled. Now he's back.
It's like, what do you want these people to do?
We've always enjoyed the public hangings. Hanging is just frowned upon now.
Everyone likes to boo a corpse.
Yeah, boo.
It's like getting your hand cut off for stealing. Those hands can be used for something other than stealing.
Yeah, typing blogs. Cancel culture people are the same people that are like, we got to get rid of bullies so we can start snitching again.
All these snitches just run around free now.
Yeah, right.
We get rid of bullies, we can start tattling
Yeah.
again.
They came for our bullies and we said nothing.
What will they do when they come for you? These people are definitely bullies, dude. It's just like bullies are just kids with like big green hair and yell at you about misgendering someone.
Do you even play a sport?
You can't bully me. I'm faster than you. It's like people who work for Vice News.
Vice still around?
As long as Twitter journalists are around, Vice will be around.
Twitter journalist sounds like Tinder baby. Like, that shouldn't be a term we acquired.
That's why I think we're so backwards sometimes. What, people can't have a triumph story?
Real journalism is so boring compared to like, hey, Johnny Depp beats his wife.
I wonder what's it like in other countries.
Dude, in other countries, you just get beheaded still, I think.
Yeah, it's still just chaos, probably. You can't get canceled outside of New York or California.
Maybe in Oregon or Washington, sort of.
Yeah, those places don't matter anyway.
Australia was the first nation of people who were canceled.
So wait, the kangaroos got herpes, huh?
I think that's koalas.
No, that's Australian women.
Willie.
Yeah, I'm getting canceled.
It's,
Only in Perth.
like, what about the people who are causing real harm that we don't even try and cancel at all? It's like, there was the Nestle dude who tried to say that water wasn't a human right.
Now you're just being an asshole.
Dude, we don't even know that guy's name. It's like, he's just the Nestle guy.
It was Peter Brabeck.
Yeah, in case anyone wants to murder him.
Yeah.
Willie Simon said that part.
Yeah, there is a difference because I don't want Peter Barbarick to get canceled. I want him to be murdered.
We should be boycotting Nestle.
Shane Gillis isn't going to get SNL, but we're still going to buy Nestle chocolate milk all day.
Do you think it's big because they can't cancel the dead people?
They keep trying to cancel dead people.
Yeah, they're not even canceling the dead people. They're just like, oh, well, maybe we can make his kid's life worse.
We're treating improper use of language like we used to leprosy. Like, you look ugly on the inside. You need to leave.
Yeah, you need to be banished. Like, why don't we just try and cure leprosy?
I think it's curable.
Who the fuck is still saying banished, by the way?
People who still have leprosy to deal with say banished.
Wait, isn't that what Bieber has?
Leprosy?
Leprosy?
Probably not.
All right, I'm just.
That's a weird It's a really weird
I don't know.
rumor
I
to
like
start.
that rumor though. Justin Bieber's got leprosy.
Dude, see, this fucking TMZ people fucking
Can you cancel someone for leprosy? Is that canceled?
If you're gonna dig that deep, why not dig deeper to even like find out about the person? This guy named Daryl Davis, he's a black dude, and through basic conversation, convinced 200 plus dudes to leave the KKK.
He was just like, you're canceled, you're canceled, you're canceled. And they're like, well, I better change my ways.
All he did was he sat down and had a simple conversation with these dudes. Go ahead and explain to me. I want to know your world. I want to know what it is. They hear what they're saying, basically go, what the fuck am I doing?
Fuck, I'm an idiot.
All my friends are stupid.
People, stop doing dickhead shit, and maybe you won't get canceled.
So cancel. Are we canceling people? Is that what we're doing?
I want to sit down with someone that believes in cancel shit.
Maybe that's what we should have done, is sit down with someone who believes in it.
Nah. Boring. Oh my God.
Boring.
Let's cancel canceling and bring back beating people up in the streets.
Street fights aren't don't happen anymore, which is good because people don't know how to fucking fight. You guys want to go Shake Shack?
All right, we're going to go to Shake Shack. We'll see you guys next time.
Later, guys. It's that time of year again, election season.
Yeah, where I elect not to vote again.
You know, if you don't vote, you're not allowed to complain.
Watch me. I tried to vote one year, and the line was way too long, so I just gave up and went to Applebee's to drink apple Ritas.
And isn't that what America is really about?
Bailing on your civic duties for cheap drinks at a shitty chain restaurant.
Why not just find someone in line who's voting opposite of you and go hit a bar together and talk out your differences?
Yeah, that's real canvassing. When I canvass the line, getting ready to vote to be like, hey, this is stupid, let's get out of here.
Most people don't believe that we rig elections here.
We've been rigging other countries' elections for decades. What makes you think we won't rig our own?
Yeah, rigging the South American elections in the 80s was like preseason for rigging the ones at home.
It's like, just tell me who you're going to make the president. I don't need to end my relationship with my aunt if you're just going to rig this anyway.
People have run on the platforms of families being torn apart. Like, yeah, they are. By you guys.
Families need to come together, specifically over me. If not, then you need to oust them from your life because they're idiots and they're racists.
People get all riled up about who's going to be president, but nobody seems to care about small government and the people who actually can help.
State senator? I hardly know her. No, but seriously, who the hell is our state senator? I have no idea.
Yeah, what even is a county auditor?
It's a guy who audits your votes just in case you voted for the wrong guy.
Yeah, your vote doesn't count.
The Electoral College is really who holds all the power in picking the president.
How do you even get into the Electoral College?
Well, like any other college, it helps if you have rich parents. The electors are chosen by an elector in the Electoral College.
And to get into that, you have to be a lizard. The party just picks who they want to be the elector of themselves.
I thought I was my state's elector.
Yeah, isn't that what voting is?
This is a direct quote from the U.S. government website, archives.gov. The electors are the only people that actually vote for president, which they do at the meeting of the electors on the first Monday after the second Wednesday in December.
What is this, witchcraft? That sounds like something out of Lord of the Rings.
After the first blood moon of the year, bring the shaman stone to the dragon queen at the meeting of the electors, and we can continue going to war with Iraq.
If a werewolf howls at the blood moon, the curse will be broken. Otherwise, another billionaire white guy will be president.
It's in the Constitution that they're fucking us in the ass.
Everyone's like, they're secret societies. It's like, yeah, they're mentioned on archives.gov.
Your vote counts in the same way that you have a say in what your family eats for dinner when you're a little kid.
Yeah, you can suggest stuff all you want, but that doesn't mean we're getting Taco Bell again.
Somebody should tell Bernie Sanders about the Electoral College.
Yeah, I don't think he knows.
It's like, hey, dude, you're campaigning to the wrong people.
He's like, this is a movement for the people, by the people.
And that's why it will fail.
The people who it should be for are the rich people in that society.
Yeah, the people who can vote. It's a movement for the people, by the people, and we will watch by the sidelines as it crumbles. People in Colombia have just as much of a say in who becomes U.S. president as we do.
Someone in Colombia probably has more say than we do. This election is supposed to have the largest group of minorities voting in history.
But there are none in the Electoral College, so there will be 0 minorities voting in this election. Just like every other year. We've been trying to get rid of the Electoral College, but the votes always come back to keep it.
Yeah, that's because the only people who get to vote are in the Electoral College.
It's amazing. When you vote to get rid of a republic, the republic public votes no.
Parents telling their kids that maybe one day they could be president used to mean something.
Now it's parents telling their kids, please don't run for president.
We have enough.
We have so many people running for president. Why don't you be like an astronaut or a cowboy?
Telling a kid to be president is always weird. It's like, don't you want half of the world to hate you?
Wouldn't you want the chance to be shot in the face on TV?
The presidential primaries are like the World Series of poker. You don't need to know how to play poker. All you need is 10 grand.
And if you don't have that, well, maybe you just don't have what it takes to be president. It's pay to play, and literally that's it.
Yeah, you need to go play online presidency.
The nice thing about billionaires running for president is now there are more opportunities for people to assassinate them.
Twitter's shown politicians how angry American citizens are, and it's shown citizens how little politicians care.
Yeah, political Twitter is where you can watch a war criminal do a TikTok dance.
I'm not just giving billionaires tax breaks for fun. I'm also doing it for the gram.
You see my story where I excuse ExxonMobil of all its crimes?
Yeah, we need to start removing these blue check marks from politicians. You're not who you say you are.
No matter who we pick, we as a country will never all like the president. Hey, just vote for America's Got Talent. Your vote counts in America's Got Talent. Not in the primaries. Not in fucking president. America's Got Talent.
Vote in your school's election? That probably doesn't matter either. I'm sure the teachers pick whoever is actually elected.
Even that bean counting thing at work is rigged, all right? So don't even bother voting in that. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you at Applebee's.
Yeah. The cities that have a lot of homeless people are the places that people want to live no matter what.
Yeah, towns in Nebraska don't have homeless people.
Is that true?
I don't know, probably. If there are homeless people in Nebraska, they should really consider moving to San Diego. You can live anywhere. Why would you choose Nebraska?
Yeah, people live in Nebraska so they don't have to be homeless somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. Homelessness is real freedom.
A lot of places actually spend money to build homeless people deterrents, like putting spikes underneath bridges.
Seattle puts statues of homeless people on their benches, which is extra insulting because it's like a tribute to the homeless people of the city while they rob them of their place to sleep.
Here's a statue of a man who died on this very bench as a guy dies on the ground next to him.
This is actually still his body. We just bronzed it.
How come we haven't tried bronzing our homeless?
Yeah, turn them into statues. They'll make the city more beautiful.
It's like that silver robot guys in tourist traps and main streets.
No, they're street performers. Their bit is they ask you for money. Man, this city's got a lot of culture.
We should just send them to towns in the South. They could use some new statues, right?
We hate anyone that doesn't sleep inside a building. Like, that's why we killed all the Native Americans.
Yeah, we came to the New World and we're like, there's homeless people everywhere.
Yeah, where's all your houses? Teepees sounds like a tent.
Tent cities used to just be called cities.
We're like, how are there homeless people here? There aren't any bridges yet. Where are we going to put the spikes?
Some cities have offered one-way bus tickets to homeless people just to get them out of their town.
A bus one way out of town for homeless people. That's just a Greyhound bus. My seatmate asked me for money the entire ride. He's like, hey man, I need money for the bus. He's like, we're on the bus. You did it. You can't keep this lie up.
What a great way to not actually have to solve a problem. It's the same way we solved the trash problem in America. We just ship it somewhere else.
Homeless people started asking for dollars instead of change, which is how I know inflation is real.
Yeah, I got asked for $1 and I'm like, that's like 10% of what I make an hour.
How has the homeless minimum wage gone up and mine hasn't?
I thought being homeless was the only thing that wouldn't be affected by inflation. Isn't it still $0?
Isn't 0 times anything still 0? Money isn't the same as math, and that's the problem.
The California governor asked for $1.4 billion to combat homelessness.
That's where if you pay him, he'll go out in the streets and beat up homeless people. I'm combating homelessness over 5 rounds at the MGM Grand this Saturday.
Remember how well bum fights did?
Yeah, that was viral before the internet. Yeah, maybe like we don't go to war for a year or something like that.
Dude, that'll solve the world's homelessness, I think.
We can't have that.
Then who are we going to go to war with?
All these people are in homes. Well, I can relate to that. That's bullshit.
I love people in homes. It's people in huts that bug me.
Or people that I think are in huts, even if they're in full homes. Some churches don't even let homeless people stay the night.
What's a church even for anymore? Are they finally admitting it's only ever been for money?
Christianity is basically just a chain restaurant now.
You know a great way to sell hope? Give those homeless people some.
Some of you will be like, oh, Christians help out homeless people all the time. Yeah, during the day. That's easy. The part that sucks about being homeless is nighttime.
Yeah, you know, when it's cold and dark and you can't go certain places. Everybody's homeless during the day.
It's not having a job. Cities get the police to clear out homeless encampments all the time.
What does that solve?
That's like trying to get rid of bees by smashing their hive. They're just like, all right, well, I guess I'm not a bee anymore.
Yeah. Where do you think they're going to go? Home? They're not children who got mad at their parents and ran away. Well, maybe some of them.
Fine, I'll go forgive my parents and go back to Iowa.
There's billboards all around Los Angeles that advertise homelessness. Like, homelessness kills.
You know who sees those more than anyone? Homeless people. They're just like, oh yeah, I am homeless. Got me. Fuck you.
Somebody spent 20 grand on a billboard promoting homelessness instead of just helping homeless people.
We could use the money to help, or we can do nothing and make everyone else feel bad about not helping. If you were homeless, you'd be home by now. Like, yeah, I am home. Fuck you. Thanks for that, billboard. Way to kick a man while he's looking up.
Yeah, they're all getting kicked out of their tent that's underneath one of those billboards.
Well, the good thing about doing an internet series is you can watch it outside the same as inside. So. To all our homeless viewers, keep looking up, except for in downtown LA.
Yeah, they got some mean things to say.
All right, well, we'll. I don't know if we even need to do that. We'll see you next week anymore. Maybe we should just end them.
Probably.
Let's
I
just
don't
end them
know.
from now on. Hey, fuck you. We'll end it there. Hey, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck
you.
you. Stock market sounds so unassuming when really it holds control over how we're doing as a society.
It's like if Vegas odds ran a country.
At this point, I think I'd take Vegas odds over the odds of the government actually helping anyone who deserves it.
What are the Vegas odds of everyone dying from this disease? People aren't good with money, so they just hand it over to rich people they believe are good with money. Like, why are gambling and investing different words?
Well, you see, with gambling, you bet your own money. With investing, you give someone else your money to gamble with. Like a family member who has a problem.
Like, did you even bet this? Investing in the stock market is like paying for a game you'll never actually get to play. It's like buying Lakers tickets and being like, I'm on the Lakers.
Yeah, I'm actually like a partial owner of the Lakers, like thanks to these nosebleed seats.
You're like up in the nosebleeds, like, hey guys, hey, can I come? Hey, they're busy.
The stock market always crashes. Why are we still surprised?
It's physics, you know? What goes up must continue going up until I die.
Boomers make fun of millennials for chasing stupid dreams, but they're the ones who just invested in stocks hoping they'd have money when they retire.
Yeah, right. That's the laziest way to make money, not art. Art is lazy too, don't get me wrong. But at least I'm not paying someone else to do it.
This is more an American thing. None of us want to work for money.
This is when we find out China is actually the country that runs the world. They have a pandemic and our stock market crashes.
What do you mean they make all our stuff? Like, can't we just make it here again?
Yeah, we can use some of that slave labor. What do you mean we don't have slaves anymore? We still have prisoners?
Fine, open the borders. But at least keep scaring them with deportation.
Yeah, every billionaire is a slave owner. They're just usually at different countries. The government gave Wall Street $1.5 trillion after the worst market day since 1987, and Wall Street lost the money in 20 minutes.
Wait, why don't we all have health insurance?
People everywhere are losing jobs and out of work, and every politician's like, oh no, billionaires might not be billionaires anymore. How am I going to get paid?
Those people fund my campaign. I mean,
Friday was the worst day since 1987.
I keep hearing that almost every day.
When did we start saying the worst day since yesterday?
Today sucks, but slightly worse than yesterday.
Today sucks, and it's worse than even yesterday, which also sucked.
It's like the stock market just keeps crashing.
Just like my endorphin level.
Stocks might not be going up, but my anxiety levels.
Even gold is failing right now.
Yeah, that's because we're going through the plague and people are realizing that shiny jewelry does about as much to save you as praying.
Yeah, you should have invested in crystals. Amethyst is up for the first time since Sumeria was a city.
I've never had a bad day because of the stock market.
Everyone's like, the NASDAQ is down. I'm like, oh no, I love race cars. What, did Dale Earnhardt die again?
Oh, the stock market. I don't care about that. I rent an apartment. You meant to talk to someone with a home.
So am I going to get kicked out of the place I live then?
Does my rent go up or something?
Oh, it definitely goes up? Well, then fuck you.
Fuck, the NASDAQ's down.
It's always nice because the people at the top can just foot the bill to the people at the bottom.
Yeah, I really wish I could hand off my credit card debt too. No, what you meant to call was my neighbor.
Well, you see, my neighbor has less money than me, so just give him the bill.
What about that homeless guy who lives outside of my building?
I'm just going to hand him my phone bill. It's like, sorry, bitch, trickle down.
You're in debt now. You thought rock bottom was the furthest you could go.
Man, I love being a 1%er. I'm actually going to start investing in stocks. The kind that you put people's head and hands into before hanging them.
Yeah, get all the people in stocks into stocks, and we might have a shot at this next decade. Public hangings can be a sport again. I don't know.
Yeah, the NBA's gone.
Round up those billionaires.
Well, invest in toilet paper, invest in needles. Not vaccine, just needles, because they can be used for all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, you don't know how we're going to need them.
Yeah, well, probably for drugs. All right, well, stay inside. We'll see you later.
Bye.